Hey there, welcome back to our class with Mr. Darby. Today we're going to use our fine art skills to draw a fall owl. So, why is it fall? It doesn't have to be fall, it could be any time. But I colored it with colored pencils, you color with whatever you want to color with. Get your pencil, get your marker, get your paper, let's go. See, here's my owl. I colored it already. I added little details with the colored pencils that I did not make with markers. But I'll draw it here. I'm just going to trace it so it's the same looking owl. This way then you'll know exactly how I did this. So if we have our paper, find the very middle of the paper. And in the middle of the paper you want to make a U shape. Like this. Or a rainbow shape. Or a C shape. This one happens to be a rainbow, I suppose. Alright, underneath that, connect it with a V shape. And I'm going to kind of make my V tipping off to the side on the left. This way we can make it look like its head is tilting. Starting here, what I'd like to do is make an eyeball. Now the bigger the eyeballs are, the bigger your owl's head is going to be. And the owl's head is mostly made up of eyeballs. So if you want a really funny looking owl, make the head huge and then make the body really small. You'll be happy with the way it turns out. So here's our circle for our eye. And do one on the other side, about the same. They're a little bit off, it's okay. Then put a little eyeball inside, and a little eyeball inside. And then do a glare, so a smaller circle and a smaller circle. And those smaller circles that you see there, it looks like the owl is looking up, but we're going to go ahead and color those in. If you have a pencil and you want to color it in, go ahead. If you don't want to color it in with your pencil and you just want to wait and color with a marker later, that's okay too. There's that. Adorable. All right, let's put another circle around those eyes, and this will be the part of the eyeball that you can color in. Here. Here. You could put a couple lines in here too. Okay. Now we can make some like eyebrow shapes. They're not really eyebrows, but here. The feathers come across the top. Be careful not to touch that circle, and they curl up like this. I do the same thing on the other side. Come over, come out, come up. And then if you want to, you can make it have some eyelashes for real. I just put 2 on there, on each side. 1, 2. And then a flat top of the head. It's kind of a rainbow shape. It's flat though, and it goes, if you look, it connects about the middle of each eye, right? That'll make it easy. And since we're making this a horned owl, all you have to do is kind of make a horn on there. It curls out and back down and in. Same thing on the other side. Up. And if you don't know what symmetrical is, it means that if you split it down the middle, it would look the same on the left as it does on the right. Our faces are symmetrical, so we split our face down the middle. If we drew a line, that'd be our line of symmetry. And then it'd be like a mirror image, so whatever's here just flips to the other side. So try to keep your shapes symmetrical. Check the size of your eyes, check the size of your eyebrows, check the size of your horns, which are really just feathers. But check them because they should be pretty symmetrical. Let's slide down to the bottom of the beak. Here's your smile, a U shape. All right, we use that a lot. And when I do drawings with kids, I often think they don't know how to draw an owl. They've never drawn an owl before, but what have they drawn? You've drawn a lot of letters by now, even in kindergarten. If you're in kindergarten, you're working on your letters every day. So what do you know? You know a U shape, right? You know that rainbow shape is a C on its side. You know the letter O or a circle. You know a V shape. It makes it very easy when we use shapes we know or are working on. Another smile shape underneath that one for the bottom of its head. You can kind of see how the head looks like it goes behind the eyes, out and up, and it almost connects. Now we'll make the wing. So this wing, I'm going to bring straight down. The longer you make the wing, the bigger the body. Okay? Coming out from the eye but not touching here, we're going to come out with a flattened C shape. Look, it's flat. And it comes back in. For the body, now if you make the body short and it doesn't touch, it'll make the wing look even bigger. That might seem funny. We could try that, but it might change our picture. So from the other one that I'm supposed to be tracing and I'm not. All right, so right here where this smile connects under the eye, we're going to start with a J shape. It comes down. Although this J is flat across the bottom, it comes back up. There's a J. Very simple, right? Now, if we make our wing waving this time, maybe make it a little different. We make our wing coming out at a diagonal. And notice how long it is compared to this one. Okay, it's a little shorter. And then a smile here comes down and back up. And because it's shorter, and we make this wing connect down here in the belly instead of up here, it kind of looks like the wing is hiding around the back of the owl, and that's fun. Okay, now we have our feet. So our feet are just the letter O. There's 3 of them per feet. And I know you're thinking, wait, I thought that owls had talons. Well, if you know the word talon, then you're doing pretty good. Or the toes. So you say, why are they the letter O? But we're going to make them look like they're grabbing the tree branch. Here, let's look at the one that I did here. So you can see the tree branch. It goes through the toes and out the other side. Makes it very simple. So let's do another 3 O's. 1, 2, 3. And hey, maybe I'm working a little fast for you. That's okay. Pause the video, right? We've been doing this for a while. Okay, so how do we make the tree branch coming out here? Well, let's make the tree branch come out of the top of the toe, behind that wing a little bit, and then over to the edge of the paper. We're overlapping here, right? The toes are overlapping the tree. Come out of the bottom of the toe. Wiggly, not too wiggly, but you don't want it to be perfectly smooth. It's not always the way a tree branch looks. You don't have to draw the top of the tree branch here because the belly's kind of covering it up, but you should do the bottom line to connect them. And then we come out the other side. So out the right side and up for that tree branch. Then the bottom of the O, or the last toe that we made, we're going to kind of come down. And splits off into a Y shape. If we make a wiggly letter V here, or a less than sign, if you're doing math and you know the less than sign, we just start here and connect it, bring it in, and then back out. You have a nice looking branch for your owl. I'll put C shapes inside my branch to make my branch look round. It might seem confusing when you draw it. Why would we do that? But when you color it, it will really help make that branch look round. Let's do 2 here. And let's do 2 here. And here they are in my colored drawing. Right here. So you see they make it look nice. All right, what are we missing? We're missing here. We're missing our tail feathers. Our tail feathers are really simple. You make a skinny U really long. If it goes off the bottom of the page because you drew too close to the bottom, that's all right. Let it go off the bottom of the page. Don't try and fit the whole U if it's too close. That can be very frustrating. Right here between the toes, we'll make our first U. Mine's going to come down about that far and back up. Look where it connects between the toe. Then for this side, we can make a line down and connect, go behind the toe, and make a J shape again. And over here, we can pretend this comes down through here. We'll make a backwards J shape. There's our owl's tail, feathers. Let's do leaves. And leaves are simple. They are a rainbow and a U shape, or a frown and a smile. I always tell kids to make footballs, and then they say, I don't know how to make a football. So let's watch. Here's a smile, here's a frown. And your leaves should try to make them pointed on the end. You can even add a little line in the middle, like that. Okay? Let's do another frown, smile, line in the middle. Frown, smile, line in the middle. Frown, smile, line in the middle. I'm going to put one down here too, going off the page. All right, so there. Here, my leaf went off the page, and this one it didn't. Don't be afraid to let it go off the page. It kind of makes it more interesting. All right. Now we're going to put a moon. So our moon is a C shape. Let's go ahead and put a C shape for our moon up here in the sky. I'll tip my C shape a little bit more than I normally would for that moon, and then I'll connect it with a flatter C shape like this. And I don't know if you saw earlier, but here in my finished project, my stars don't look like a normal star that you would get on your paper if you got a good grade or a fantastic. It's more of a diamond shape. And I'll show you, I like doing that because, I'll put this here, because it's easier to color in. It doesn't have extra lines in it. So if you've ever made waves for water, they kind of are like U shapes, you just come up and down, and then you do the opposite at the bottom, down and up. You can make some smaller, some close together, some far away. You don't have to put them everywhere, and definitely don't put them in a line across the top of your paper. I've seen kids do 10 stars and they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a line, and then it looks so perfect that it would never make sense and it would never happen that way. So spread them out. There. That should be plenty good. So now that we've drawn our owl, it's time to color. And I've already done that. So choose your colors wisely. And remember, if they're not brand new color pencils, that's okay. Use what you have. If you don't have colored pencils, use crayons or oil pastels or pens or markers. There are so many different things out there that we can color with. And it's okay to use whatever you have at your house. You have to remember that. There's no reason to go out and buy things just because you see how it's done in a video. So here's our owl finished project. Here's the one that I drew. It's a little bit different from the one that we just made. But guys, I hope that you will comment, like, and subscribe to the channel so you can get future art lessons. This is a how to draw of our horned owl. I hope you loved it, and I'll talk to you soon.